Hey everybody, and welcome back to Heavenly Boutique. So today I'm going to be showing you how I package my round circle bath bombs. Here are some pictures of the bath bombs I'm talking about. I got this method off of another YouTuber. I can't remember her name, but I'll definitely link her video down in the description. And this is basically how I learned my technique. This worked for me up until basically yesterday, where I went to go print these labels, and I guess the paper was too thick, but I'll get to that later in the video. So with that said, let's get started. So here I have my bath bombs, which are rock hard because I let them sit overnight. I have my labels printed out on my cardstock paper, my scissors, and some scotch tape, and that's basically all you really need to get started. So here you'll see me just cutting out my labels, but while I do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the labels. So these labels are printed out on plain paper, but it's not the same as computer paper. It's like a harder grit, so it's more like cardstock, which makes it a little bit thicker. And what I found out recently is that I guess my printer doesn't, because I recently got a new printer, my printer does not print such a thick paper, so I'm gonna have to either get like a smaller grit, but you have to have it thick enough so that it stays like strong in during the shrink wrap. I'll try to take a picture and insert it when I did with regular printer paper and when I did with the cardstock paper, so you can see the difference. But you're gonna have to get fine grit paper. I'll leave the paper that I used in this video down in the description below. But yeah, but word of warning, if the paper is too thick, it might not print with your printer, so you might have to get less, but don't get it too soft because then it won't hold hard. It's a big thing, but once I get my new paper and if it works for me, I'll update this video and let you guys know. But here you see I cut out my label, and now I'm wrapping it around the bath bomb, and I'm just taping it together in the back. So now, as you see, it's all complete and wrapped around my bath bomb. Something I quickly want to mention is that I use Canvas to design my labels. You can design a lot of things on Canvas, your coupons, labels, Instagram posts, a lot of different things, but I use them mostly for designing my labels. Here you see is my bath bomb label. Basically all I do is design it for what I want it to say, then I save it to my camera roll, as you see here. Next, I print my labels. After it downloads it, the label saves to your camera roll. I go to Google Docs, as you can see here. Here's my bath bomb labels. Here's what this isn't what it will look like when it prints out. If you hit print layout, that's what it would look like. I put my labels here, and then I go to share and export. Then I hit print, and basically that's how I print my labels, and it will print on the plain pieces of paper, the cardstock paper that you have, and that's all I do. Here now you'll basically see me repeating the whole process for each bath bomb. So I'm just going to continue cutting out my labels and wrapping them around, tape them so they stay put, and I'm going to do that until we're ready to move on to the next step. So I'm going to fast forward this part, and then I'll show you what happens in the next part. Quickly want to say something I also do to my bath bombs is dust them. So here you can see me taking just a regular makeup brush that I did not use. This is completely clean, and I'm just dusting off all the bath bomb dust that's on top of my bath bomb, so it doesn't get trapped in there when I shrink wrap it or mess up the labels any which way. Now at last we arrive at the last part, and basically this is the shrink wrapping process. As mentioned in previous videos, I had stressed how important it is to have a shrink wrapping system, and here I'm going to be showing you mine. So in my hand I have my shrink wrap bag. I have all of these listed down in the description. I have my heat gun sealer and my shrink wrap bag sealer. I got all of these from Amazon, and I'll have all of them linked in the description. But basically I'm just opening up my bag, carefully placing my bath bomb in my bag. I'm placing it in a way which it doesn't nothing creases, and then I'm pressing down on my heat sealer. I'm gonna pull this apart. I'm gonna slowly pull the extra shrink wrap away. or well, I didn't in this time, but you can either pull it away or cut the bag. I think I chose to cut the bag, but I usually either pull it or cut it. It depends on which one you prefer. If you want a more detailed video on how to use a shrink wrapping system or how I used mine, I am happy to make that video. But now I'm just cutting the plastic for some reason off camera, but basically all I did was cut the plastic that I had sealed. And now I'm just going around with my heat gun. It's on the lowest setting, and I'm just slowly moving my bath bomb around. As you can see, the plastic is now sticking and shrinking into my bath bomb. After I completely shrink wrap my bath bomb, here's how it's look. As you can see, it's glossy, it has a nice finish, and my label is wrapped around and completely secured. And that's basically it. That's how I shrink wrap my bath bombs. Here's some things to be careful about when shrink wrapping. Your heat gun, the metal part of your heat gun can get very hot, so make sure you don't accidentally burn yourself. Make sure you have your heat sealer on the right settings. My heat sealer has like a knob in the front of it, which it has like numbers 1 to 10, I think, and then each setting it gets hotter. So depending on what shrink wrapping bag you have, you'll either have to put it in a lighter setting or a hotter setting for it to seal properly. So just play around with that, make sure you have it on the right setting, and also be very careful when you are shrink wrapping your actual product with the heat gun. As I said again, the heat gun can get really hot, so if you feel more comfortable shrink wrapping on a table or having a parent or an older sibling do it for you, I highly recommend that as well. But just be careful, and also be careful not to put the heat gun too close to your shrink wrapping bag while you're shrink wrapping, because it's really easy to tear or blow a hole in your while you're shrink wrapping, which I mean is like if the plastic gets too hot, it will tear kind of and create little holes through the plastic, and then you'll have to basically open the shrink wrapping again and then reseal the whole product over again. So make sure you're not putting the heat gun too close to your product while you're shrink wrapping it, or make sure you're shrink wrapping from a distance, and don't try to shrink wrap too much. Like if the product is at like if the product's done being shrink wrapped, don't try to over shrink wrap it, because then it will make those holes and we don't want those holes. I'm going to quickly show you shrink wrapping the rest of the products, and I'll be back for the end of the video. Okay, and here is the finished product. The shrink wrapping is all complete, the label's in place and everything. Oh, there goes my mom in the back, but everything's complete and it looks super nice. Again, you can do this with all your bath bombs. It may take time to figure out the exact length you want your label to be. It took me some time and some printing and some testing to figure out what length my bath bombs were. But if you ever need help with that, again, just comment something down below. But this is the final product, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, recommendations, or anything like that, please make sure you leave a comment down below, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And thank you guys for watching. Bye! Hey y'all, I don't really have a blooper for this video, but let's see. If you watched all the way to here, comment thebomb.com and see who really watches my videos to the end. Anyway, since you stayed, you can enjoy this quick bath bomb demo, which is also up on my Instagram, which is also linked in the description and in the outro of this video. So thank you for watching. Bye.